Hey guys, what's going on? It's MJ Q&A and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome question being sent in from a customer of ours, Michael Sweet, lives in Wagga Wagga in New South Wales, man. Never been there, heard good things. Hopefully I'll get there one day. Michael, awesome question, man, because we get this question all the time, especially from customers who are looking to lose a little bit of weight, a little bit of body fat. It's on fat metabolizers, and the question is, what is the difference between L-Carnitine and Acetyl L-Carnitine? What is the difference between these two popular fat metabolizers? L-Carnitine on one hand, Acetyl L-Carnitine on the other. Awesome question, man. First thing I gotta do, I gotta refresh everyone's memory on what these two products are mainly used for. So L-Carnitine or Acetyl L-Carnitine. Acetyl L-Carnitine is also known as Alka, also known as Alcar, depending on how you wanna say it and how it is abbreviated. What they do is we call them fat metabolizers because they help your body transport fatty acids into the inner mitochondria of muscle cells, and that's where that fatty acid gets burnt for energy, man. So really good when you're trying to lose body fat. Now, difference between the two. The first difference is acetyl L-carnitine tends to be a little bit more expensive than L-carnitine. Reason for that is because structurally they are different. So structurally, L-carnitine by itself, when you compare it to acetyl L-carnitine or Alka, is the acetyl L-carnitine has an acetic acid group attached to it. Structurally, that's the only difference, and the name reflects that because it's called acetyl L-carnitine versus just L-carnitine. Now, practically, there are three main differences between the two. On one hand, you have acetyl L-carnitine, which can enter the bloodstream more rapidly than L-carnitine can. That's the first difference. The second difference, Michael, is that for L-carnitine to enter the inner mitochondria of the muscle cells and draw those fatty acids in so they can be burnt for energy, it requires an enzyme to do that. Acetyl L-carnitine does not require an enzyme to do that, so you get more efficient delivery into the mitochondria of muscle cells, and you get better entry of fatty acids where they can be burnt for energy. That's the second difference. The third difference is really, really important. This is probably the biggest difference between the two. First two differences, you're probably not going to notice much. The third difference, you will actually feel this difference. The third difference is acetyl L-carnitine is able to cross the blood-brain barrier. Actually gets converted into a substance called acetylcholine, and acetylcholine is a really, really strong neurotransmitter. So it helps with mental focus, it helps with delivery of messages from your brain to your muscles, and it helps making you feel real good when you're training, man. This is why we are massive fans at MassiveJoes of acetyl L-carnitine in your pre-workout supplement, because it helps with that mental focus, helps dial you in, get you ready for your workouts. Whereas L-carnitine does not cross the blood-brain barrier, does not convert into acetylcholine, and doesn't affect mental focus whatsoever. So that is the third major difference between L-carnitine and acetyl L-carnitine, and you can see why acetyl L-carnitine tends to be a little bit more expensive than L-carnitine, because you get these awesome benefits that come along with it. Michael, thank you so much for that question, man. I hope I've done a real good job answering it for you. Now you know exactly what the differences are between L-carnitine and acetyl L-carnitine. Guys, if you've got a question that you want us to answer in the next edition of MJ Q&A, drop us an email at qa@massivejoes.com, drop us a message on our Facebook page, or just, man, it doesn't even matter. Just get your question to us. We'll do our very best job to answer it in the very next edition of Q&A. Hit the subscribe button right here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get all the latest editions of MJ Q&A and everything else we do on YouTube. And guys, that is MassiveJoes Q&A, and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com.